Hello everybody, it is Anna, it is Brony time, and welcome back to Let's Play Angels with Scaly Wings. We last left off, we hung out with Sebastian, and it was fun, but also frustrating trying to do that card game. I thought I had a strategy, and then it's too much of a hassle to try to figure out that stupid strategy and remember everything, because the rules didn't make any sense when I started playing it. But yeah, all those like big card games, I don't find those fun. I just find them frustrating, and unfortunately, that means I can't get all the achievements. But I'm not wasting my time on that, especially when I'm playing it on video. So we're gonna go ahead and hang out with Remy. Let's go, everybody. It's time to get Remy's bad ending. You told me to meet him in the lobby, but nobody's here. Maybe I should look for him. He can't be too far after all. It's quite a spacious building, lined with many bookcases on multiple floors. From the looks of it, it seemed to be as much of an archive as it was a library, with immediate order permeating the chamber. It was kind of a place I could see myself getting lost in an afternoon or two, thumbing through all the interesting books it could offer me. I was looking around a wonder when suddenly a voice penetrated the silence. Remy! I couldn't see who the voice belonged to, but it came from the more private area in the back. It was followed by footsteps that approached it. Oh, you're still here. Of course I'm still here. I have business to attend to. Certainly, I just assumed you'd be done by now, Emera. Guess your assumption was wrong. Then. Wrong then. Be a good boy and bring me some coffee, will you? Of course, Emera. I heard more movement, though I still could not see either of the two who spoke behind all the bookcases. I assumed the area was off limits to visitors like myself and decided to wait. Here you go. Now let me read in peace, you silly boy. Of course. I heard him walk towards my direction until he emerged from behind a bookcase and spotted me. Oh, hello, Will. I didn't expect you so soon. Better be safe than sorry. Well, I'm glad to hear you again, at any rate. I'm glad to hear you again. Well, I'm glad to see you again, at any rate. Who is that back there? I guess you heard that, didn't you? That was my superior. She's the Minister of Culture and Arts, which means I'm technically in her employment, though generally speaking I work for the Council at large, not just her. So, this is where you work, huh? Most of the time, yes. That makes you a librarian, I suppose. There's a little more to it. I'm not just in charge of the books. I'm a scholar and study them too. For example, if the Council requests knowledge on certain topics, like facts, statistics, or other information of interest, it is part of my job to research it and present it to them in an appropriate manner. Sounds like the kind of thing I like to do. Guess you came to the right place, then. Anyways, was there any particular reason why you wanted to meet me? I was interested in what you said the other day. You have myths about humans? Oh, right. I still have work to do, but I could show you something afterwards. Either way, now that you're here, you could help me with something. I've got some books that need to be stored over there. Sure, it's not like I have anything better to do. Basically, these 8 books you see over there were all part of a section that was moved, so they have to be sorted into the new area. The problem is the labels are so old they started to fade away, which makes sorting them a little harder. They will get new labels soon, but until then we'll just have to make do with what we have here. All of them are by Hezik Akil, a writer on the subject of history, and very prolific one I might add. You will find the shelf they belong to over there. Now it is just a matter of placing them in the right order from oldest to newest. I have written down everything still legible from the old labels here. For someone like you, putting them in order shouldn't be a problem. In any case, I'll be working on something else in the meantime, so let me know once you're done. Okay, yes, I know this. Okay. I don't even need to get the hints. I can just do it, because... Here. Or then it's the tribe. Then it's the second war. Okay. I don't know what that was about. The game just had a hiccup there, I guess. The fifth book. Okay, that's the invention. Invention. The spark. The third war. The enlightenment. I think that's it. Oh, you're done? Let's take a look then. Seems like you got it all right. Well done, Will. Your army's books is the correct order. Amazing! I don't know, I could have this much fun in a library. I can't tell if you're serious, but I appreciate your help regardless. Phew, that was hard work. It gets easier with practice. In any case, there's a box here that belongs in storage. You can put that away. I'll finish the last bit of sorting, and then we will be done for the day. Sure thing. Wait. We can't go... Right. It gets easier with practice. In any case, there's a box here that belongs in storage. You can put it away. I'll finish the last bit of sorting, and then we'll be done for the day. Sure thing. Great, see you in a bit then. Dude, this is heavier than I thought. I lifted the box and carried it towards a shelf. But just as I was about to reach it, I tripped suddenly, sending me to the ground as the contents of the box spilled across the floor. Ow! I scrambled to gather the various items as the voice of the dragon called out to me. Is everything alright? Before I could answer, Remy came around the corner, his face bearing a look of disapproval. He stooped over and helped me pick up the spilled objects. Yeah, I'm fine. I was mainly asking about the priceless artifacts you just dropped. Sorry. Sorry. Well, it doesn't look like anything is broken. That could have ended up much worse. What is all this stuff anyway? In preparation for your arrival, I wanted to study what knowledge we had on humans. And what did you learn? Not much. The human is a creature shrouded in mystery and legend, yet one we apparently share some history with. Sure, dragon, tell me I'm the mythological creature. As the story goes, we dragons were once a primitive and savage civilization. Living in caves and whatnot, we fought other creatures and amongst each other for resources and territory. One day, however, a human arrived to perform many miracles. He gave us the gifts of electricity and reason. We refer to this event as our awakening. What happened to them? And who were they anyway? They say it was a divine creature, a supernatural being that saved our species by making peace between our clans and uniting us, as our number were dwindling from pointless conflicts. And when the deed was done, they ascended to the heavens from where they came, or turned into a dragon and lived among us, ruling with kindness and wisdom until their eventual passing, depending on who you ask. And what do you make of this story? As unlikely as it sounds, there is evidence for some unprecedented technological advancement in our timeline. I have artifacts from the time that couldn't have been built with the knowledge we had back then. Starting to think you already have a theory. Indeed. I take it you are very familiar with the way the portals through which you traveled here actually work. Actually, I am. It's simple, really. There are spontaneous wormholes that pop into existence now and then, but their highly unstable nature means that they instantly collapse in on themselves. The machinery of the portal merely stabilizes the wormhole so that we may utilize it. We actually are just taking advantage of a naturally occurring phenomenon. That's pretty cool. Long story short, my theory is that this legendary person stumbled upon one of those natural wormholes in the split second it existed, bringing them into our world. Being thrust into an unfamiliar world with no means to return to their own. Talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, just the right one if you ask me. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today. Oh, what would I give to know more about them? How do you know so much about the portal anyway? We found it a while ago, so we had time to study it. Not me personally, mind you, but I followed its development with great interest. What else have you discovered about it? Not much, I'm afraid. We didn't have to take the risk of permanent damage, so we won't do anything rash until we completely understand the technology and can replicate it for ourselves. So far, the only thing it has done for us was locating our portal and connecting us to it from the interface. It appears to have more functions, but we haven't been able to get any of them to work. We are not even sure that it was capable of when we initially turned it on. Only after some time of being active did it actually find your portal, and only then were we able to make the connection. Maybe that discovery must have been very exciting, especially when you made contact with us and started exchanging letters with us. Oh, you have no idea, especially when Riza arrived and he turned out to be a human of all things. Some people still worship them, you know. You mentioned that beforehand. How does that work? Do you have some kind of organized religion based around it? Not exactly. It's more like an adoration on a personal level. I'd count myself amongst them if it wasn't for the fact that I considered myself to have a more reasonable approach to it than others. For example, there are those that believe there is much more to your sudden appearance than there really is. I think they expect some sort of miracle from you similar to what was ascribed to humans in the past. I can tell you there's nothing supernatural about me. That's what I expected. Either way, as a scholar, I'm looking forward to see everything your PDAs have to offer. I could show you sometime. I see. Well, don't worry about explaining them to me. I'm sure you have much more important things to do while you are here. It is just a question of time until one of them ends up with me anyway. Actually, the PDAs are one of the reasons I volunteered to come here. What do you mean? I know them pretty well, enough to explain how they work, at least. Of course, that's far from the only reason. I just thought I'd be the kind of person who'd meet all the requirements, and it turned out that I was. I see. It was nice of you to volunteer when you must have known there would be considerable risks in coming here. You volunteered as well when you came to meet me, didn't you? I wouldn't think this kind of thing would fall under your jurisdiction regularly. That is true, but by this point my interest in these matters shouldn't surprise you. I was more surprised that I arrived under cover of darkness to meet an ambassador, though I haven't seen much of you since. Initially, they wanted to have an official reception headed by myself, but in the end they changed their minds due to security concerns, as I told you back then. Suppose that's also why I'm being escorted by the police all the time. Yeah, that was supposed to be my job too, until someone from the police department objected, and advocated for more security. Better be safe than sorry, I suppose. Let me guess, that someone was Maverick. How'd you know that? Just a hunch. At least I still got to meet you. Were you nervous when you did? Only the brave or the foolish would be. I consider myself neither. I have to admit, I was too. I was speechless when I saw you, and wasn't just a side effect of the teleportation. To be fair, I could have been as well, if we didn't already know about humans in Riza. There was a moment of silence between us, and our eyes met briefly, when suddenly a loud call echoed through the building. Remy! I better go and see what that is about. Maybe it would be better if you didn't stay out in the open at the end of the hallway. You can find my office towards the right. Wait for me there. Alright? So, this is your office, Remy. Okay, well... Let's wait for a bit. Nothing happened. Let's wait some more. Nothing happened. Let's wait even longer. Alright, that was long enough. By 3 points. That'll come in handy. Okay. We're gonna do everything. Let's see, what do we have here? What's this? Something wrapped in paper? Partially eaten sandwich, covered in mold. I'm not going to eat that. What do we have here? Oh. These tissues. Maybe he had the flu, but dutiful as he is, he still went to work sick. Poor Remy. Heavy paper, perfect binding. I can tell by the cover alone that it's not the cheap stuff. But it's auto-quality bookmarking. Alright, let's take a peek inside. Looks like unsorted notes. His handwriting is terrible. Nope, can't make it out. There's still a little bit left in the cup. Ugh, so stale. Just a mirror, nothing special about it. Like this computer. What other computers are similar to ours? Let's see. At the press of a button, the screen came to life, accompanied by the whir of the machine. After a few seconds, colorful images appeared on the screen. Elia, have you come here to beg for mercy? No, Elia. Oh my god, no. No, Rizzard. I guess it's for wizard, but it's the other thing I think of. Oh my god. I never noticed that. No, Alia, we've come to stop you. Your reign of terror over the land of Marmoa is over. You're outnumbered. Just give up and we can end this without bloodshed. The area is teeming with my soldiers, outnumbering you thousands to one. But I don't even need them. Who knows, if you survive long enough, you might just see why I'm called Alia the Ascended. Edith. Oh, you pompous bitch! Bonner, calm down, Edith. Focus. I'm sorry it has come to this, Alia, but this ends now. Ronan, get them! Grrr. Battle start. Edith uses Whirlwind. Ronan takes 326 damage. Bonar uses Earthquake. Ronan takes 465 damage. Grrr. Ronan invokes Cosmic Horror. Bonar takes 1089 damage. Oh, 5 damage. Your PC ran into a problem, needs to restart. We're just collecting some arrow for that will restart for you. 0% complete. Oh shit. What the? Hey, what are you doing? I think I broke it. Oh no, let me take a look. Why did you even touch the computer? I got bored. Well, whatever you did, at least it seems to be okay. Oh no, my game! What's wrong? When you touched the computer, you saw a game running, right? Yeah, I played a little. I had to say specifically at that moment to play it later, and now it's all gone. What do you mean it's all gone? So much preparation. So many hours spent grinding just to get there. I can't do all of that again. You wouldn't understand. Actually, I do. You do? Yeah, we used to have similar games where I come from. I see. At least my office is still standing. Speaking of which, what's with the bed? It looks like you live here. When I have to work late, it's just easier to stay here. Besides, I have the knowledge of the whole library at my fingertips. I can use the resources and equipment as I please. Like this computer. Don't you have one at home? No, we generally don't have this kind of technology in every household. It's not exactly rare either. We just use it where we need it. Back home, we used to have computers everywhere. Most of us even carried one on our wrist wherever we went. Is that so? Oh, that means the library will be closing pretty soon. If you want to do or ask anything particular, now's the time. I'd like to know more about your human miss. There's a lot we could get into, but I'm afraid we won't have enough time now. Maybe another day. Anyways, thank you for your help. How about I invite you to my place for dinner, sometime to repay you? Well, that's not necessary. I enjoy my time here. I insist. Alright then, I already have your number, and you probably have mine as well. I do. Great. Call me when it's convenient for you. I will. Good night, Will. Good night. Wonder whether the dragon was being nice or just didn't want to feel indebted to me after I helped him. In any case, the time I spent in the library has been enjoyable. I was looking forward to seeing him again, though I wondered about his insistence on inviting me to into his home. Had I just been asked out by a dragon? I was going to find out soon enough. Chapter 2 Duty. As you wish. We visited Production Shirley. We visited Tattoo Park. Nothing new is gonna happen there until... Let's go to the grocery store first. I entered the store, the sound of the bell alerting the staff to my arrival. Seeing the pages by the shelves, neatly stocked with wares of all kinds, evoked some feelings of nostalgia and normalcy in me. This must be the store Reese's been shopping at. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at stuff Cerise has been shopping at. Who's he talking to? Hey, I think I've seen her before. I'm sorry, but this prescription has expired. I can't fill it like this. You'll need to tell your parents to visit the doctor so he can write you a new one. He turned around, nearly running into me when she suddenly bolted toward the door. Hello, Will. How can I help you? You know who I am? Or could I not? Everyone knows about you. Anyway, how can I help you? Who was that? You mean that girl? That's Vara. She comes here occasionally to pick up her mother's prescription. You remember Riza coming here? Of course I do. It's only been a few days since he was last here. This will sound a little unusual, but can you tell me what he bought? Are you just talking about last time, or every time he came here? Both, I suppose. He came here more than once. He's been visiting pretty regularly, now that I think about it. Interesting. I can look up his purchases if you like. That'd be really helpful. Shouldn't be too hard, just give me a second. Watch him carefully navigate the register's button, soon followed by the sound of the attached printer. There you go, receipts from all his purchases. Well, that was easy. Since our government takes care of all his purchases, they're filled separately. It was simple to pull them up. Looks like he brought mostly food and snacks. Sometimes magazines, but why was he buying lemons every single time? Can't say that I didn't notice, but I figured it was just a human thing. Strange. In any case, that was more information than I expected. You have my thanks. You're welcome. Let me know if you need anything. What am I even looking for? Look at the bread section. They have a surprisingly big selection. Just when do dragons eat bread anyway? Guess at least I'm covered in case I won't want any melon bread. Hey, you! Are you talking to me? You! What do you say? Melon or lemon bread? I mean, the only difference between the two is like one letter. So, how am I supposed to choose? I don't think that's how it works. Why don't you just go with the one you think you'll like more? That's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? Was that cardboard box on her head? I could not get that voice down. That was... I don't know what that voice was. Who would have thought that dragons are big on produce? I didn't even recognize some of these. Look at the meat. Meat, of course. Lots and lots of meat. Fresh meat, smoked meat, cured meat, dry meat, prepackaged meat, prepared meat, ready-to-eat meat, meat snacks, burgers, kebab, nuggets, whole hams, bacon, meatloaf, sausages. That's not even all of it. Needless to say, they have that area covered. The health aisle. Everything from food supplements to skincare and even birth control. The variance in product size is astounding, especially when talking about the birth control. I think these ones could fit on my arm. Enough browsing. I should go back to what I came here for. I suppose that's all I can do here. I got some more time left. What should I do? Visit the library. Alright, Riza, what did you want here? Hey, it's Remy. I already told you, it's not here. Who's he talking to, Adine? Won't you help out an old friend? Friend? This is the first time you've spoken to me in years. And whose fault is that? For you. I didn't even exist these last few years. At least I tried to reach out to you. No, you're just here because you want something. I'm right here, right now, and you still continue to act like that. She was my friend too, you know. I think you should leave. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for everything. It's a little late for apologies. Have it your way, then. Nadine strode out so quickly that she didn't even notice me. I waited a few moments and wondered if it was a good time to talk to Remy in the end, but I decided that my task was too pressing. It's too pressing to come back at another time. So I have a task too pressing to come back another time. I shuffled through the books and tried to look busy until I noticed he resumed his work so I could approach him. Oh, hello, Will. Good to see you again. You too, Remy. Sorry I didn't get a chance to call you about the dinner yet, but there should be an opening soon. Anyways, do you need anything from me? Has Riza been here recently? Riza? He's visited quite often since he arrived. Actually, until a few days ago, that is. Do you know what he was reading? Not particularly. I thought he just wanted to learn about our world. Did you notice anything unusual about him while he was here? Can't say I did, though he did ask me for a map once. A map? Yes, I showed him a few, but none of them seemed to be what he was looking for. Did he talk to you about anything strange while he was here? Besides the maps, nothing else worth mentioning comes to mind. Only the usual pleasantries. What did Adine want from you? Wait, you were here the whole time? Not the whole time, just long enough to know that something's up. It's nothing that concerns you. Come on, it does concern me. I know you, and I know Adine. It's really nothing of great importance. Are you aware of a certain prehistoric underground building recently discovered? I've heard of it. She wanted a blueprint of it, which was one of the things I found inside the building during the investigation. Why would you have it? We're not just a library, you know, but a whole archive that stores all sorts of information and objects. Do you remember the box you dropped last time you came here? Yeah. It was filled with artifacts. We have them here for safekeeping. In any case, a blueprint is the kind of thing that would be placed in our care eventually. So, she thinks you have it. Even if we did, it wouldn't be... Oh, so she thinks you have it. Even if we did, it wouldn't be something we could just give out to anyone. Of course. How are you doing? I'm not sure. To be honest, there are a lot of things on my mind right now. Like what? I'm not at liberty to discuss them at the moment. I'm supposed to be working, you know. That's all. Thanks for your help. You're welcome. The afternoon sun hung low in the sky, and I decided it was time to report my findings to the police. A brief call to the department, and I was on my way to an appointment with Sebastian. So have you seen this before? Yes, please. As you wish. So what did you find? Interesting. There might be something more to them, or they could just be a useless record of his eating habits. You never know what you might find out about a person, their habits, or their plans this way. A map in the library. I don't know what to think about that. He could have needed a map to plan something, I suppose, but who knows what he really wanted to do with it. This kind of detail that on its own might not tell us much, but could be crucial later on. Well done, Will. That gives us some solid points for which we continue our investigation. In any case, thanks for your help. We really do appreciate it. You're welcome. That should be all then. Since Bryce hasn't come back, I assume the search is still going on, and I better get out there and help him. It's going to be a long day. Can you find your way back to your apartment? Of course. Alright, I'll see you later. Good luck. It's free time. What am I going to do? It looks like there's a message on the answer machine. Let's see. Hello, this is Remy speaking. I'm calling in regard to the dinner we talked about. I'll have an opening soon and was wondering if you also had the time. Let me know if you're interested. Have a good day. Guess that's my official invitation. Now the question is if I want to go or not. We will be going. But that'll have to be done in the next part because we're at time. So there we go. We've gotten through our first date with Remy. We learned that Emma is still a bitch. We learned that Remy loves RPGs, like Final Fantasy VI. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, at the end of the day, I kind of like Remy. He's probably my 4th favorite. It's behind. Well, my top one is Bryce. My second one is Anna. My third is Adide. My 4th is Remy, and Lorem sits right at the bottom. Yeah. All of the base characters. Of course, Naomi might end up being my favorite character, but who knows? We won't be doing that till next playthrough. But it'll have to be next time. So thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to have more content, especially more Angels with Scaly Wings. Also, please make sure to share this video far and wide to get as many eyes on the series as possible. And I will see you all in the next one.